Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Hubbard's Let's Play Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a game that came out, I think, November 2011, and is definitely in my top 10, if not top 5, favorite games that came out in the past 5 years. It's very notorious for its difficulty, so this is going to be quite a fun playthrough. Might be a little bit challenging. I actually have beaten the game before. I got it when it first came out, and it's taken me 6 months to beat it, so we'll try and replicate that again. Hopefully it won't take me another 6 months. I'm really excited to do this Let's Play. As you can see, I'm going to be starting a new game, and we'll just kind of go from there. I'll try to explain all the stuff as we kind of come to it. Go ahead and name our character. Let's see, Hubbard. Hubbard. Got a little song for you guys. Hubbard. Sex. Yes. Thank you. See, class, you can see that there's on the left hand side there's quite a few different stats and whatnot for each of the classes. It's not really a big deal what class you pick. You can pretty much make any build out of any class, but I think I'm going to go with Knight because he starts off with a little bit heavier gear, which is going to be kind of what I want. That's going to be the gimmick to my build. I'm going to go for heavier armor and then just pretty much pure strength. Gift, you get one of these sort of rare items. They're just harder to find items. Most people go with Master Key, which is actually what I'm going to pick. It allows you to open a couple, or I guess quite a few, of the early doors in the early game. Physique, doesn't really care what our guy looks like. Just going to go make him some generic dude. There we go. Looks good. So I think I'm pretty satisfied with this guy. It's going to go straight into a cutscene after this, so I'll just kind of shut up and let that play. Yes, I do.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity, heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the day. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Alright, so there you have kind of a little intro to the game of Dark Souls. Meet some of the key characters and all that other good stuff. The story of this game is just really cool, and if you're really interested in it, I suggest going to Epic Name Bros channel or Klog. They'll do a better they'll do better, I guess, with describing the actual story of it than I will ever come close to. Anyway, back to Dark Souls. This game is a kind of an action-adventure RPG. Mostly more adventure and RPGing than action, but you just kind of run around, do your thing, and I'll explain most of the stuff as we go. This is the tutorial level. We're in the Undead Asylum. As you can see, we're this undead dude, kind of like zombie-like dude. And you just go around and murder everybody. These signs kind of tell you, are left by the developers, and they tell you the controls pretty much. So, beat up this poor defenseless guy, because I'm mean. Oh well. That's how it goes. Sorry, dude. And there's a big thing in there. We'll be fighting something like that. We'll be fighting one of those big dudes later, though. So, we'll just run around here. I think I'm actually gonna readjust my equipment real quick. Pop off my helmet and my gloves, because I really don't need no helmet. I did that because I just want to be lighter. With this heavier armor, you kind of run slower and tend to roll slower, but it also gives you more poise, which is useful if you're going to be doing a build like me, because you're going to be able to withstand blows and not get your attacks interrupted. But this should be sufficient. This should give me enough defense and whatnot. So this right here is a bonfire. You light these bonfires and then you rest at them. They're pretty much the checkpoints for the game. If you see, I'll open the menu right here. The menu's open, but there's no actual pause to the game. This is the only save point as a bonfire, so they're pretty useful to find. And they also do a whole bunch of other stuff, and we'll kind of come to that when we cross that bridge. Now in here, pretty sure there's a boss dude. Yep, there he is. This jerk's gonna try and jump down on us, but we're just gonna pretty much blow right past him. Can't really fight him in our condition right now with a broken sword, so sneak right by this dude. Sorry, bro. Don't wanna hang out. Now, there's another bonfire here, and for the tutorial level, I can see why they put a bonfire like right after that guy, even though you don't have any weapons. If you don't want to die and get sent back to that guy. But most of the time, bonfires are not that close together. So don't get used to it. This kid's gonna shoot arrows at us. I'm gonna grab his shield right over here. And then we can just pretty much charge at him. Come here, guy. Our weapon is right there on that soul dude. Okay, we'll just grab our weapon. Couldn't get him fast enough. So equip this broadsword real quick. Now we actually have a weapon that can do damage. Come up here, kill this guy, and we'll be happy. It's gonna be a good day. Good day to play Dark Souls. I have a feeling though, like I said, this game is pretty difficult. There's quite a bit of a learning curve, and I'm not really like the greatest at this game. I know how to play it, and I've beaten it, but I don't know where everything is or all the strategies to beat everything, so I'll try my best to do it, but I'm definitely going to die a lot, which, if you're playing on your first playthrough, is going to happen regardless. Dying is just kind of what happens. So as you can see there, I activated a trap, which broke open this wall, threw this ball at me. And we'll kind of talk to our first NPC, and he'll explain more about kind of what happens to the undead people in this area. So,
oh, you? Well, no, Hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out.
So basically what he's explaining is that everyone that you meet here is pretty much undead, but those guys that we were fighting before are hollows. They're undead dudes that kind of lost their sanity and go crazy, and which is basically going to happen to him. He's pretty much dying, so.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen." Thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringest the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Okay, so he just gave us our Estus flasks. They are pretty much our healing item for the game. As you can see, I have 5 down at the bottom, and when you use them up, you can go back to a bonfire and it will replenish all of them, but kind of the incentive to not rest at a bonfire is that it respawns all the enemies in the area. So you do get more healing items, but if you have to backtrack, you're basically reversing your progress. You have to fight all the enemies that you just fought through again. So you need to pick and choose and be smart about what you do. So I think he has a little bit more dialogue, or maybe not.
Oh, and this.
Thanks, bro.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Kind of feel bad for this guy. Out of all the NPCs in this game, he's probably one of the nicest dudes. Most of the dudes in this game are like kind of dickish and like evil and sneaky, but I guess that's kind of what you get for being an undead dude. Whatever. So yeah, that's basically a hollow. Just some guy that lost his insanity. Or humanity, or whatever you want to call it. Should be... This is kind of an area that teaches you how to deal with enemy management and just taking things slow, not rush things. As you can see, there's these 2 guys, and then there should be an archer back there, so try and drag this guy out real quick. And just cut him up. And we'll run at this guy. Try to get behind him. Okay. So that guy's dead. Here's a fog wall. We'll come back to this in a second. There should be one more guy in here. Shouldn't be a problem. This area teaches you how to parry. If I can do it. Nope, I suck at it. This guy's too slow. There we go. You can parry and then riposte, which basically does a lot of damage. Stuns your enemy, and then you can get a free hit in. You can also do backstabs by running around your enemy and then hitting them in the back. That is a fairly good tactic to use as well. Now, I'm going to use my Estus Flask real quick, juice up. As you can see, I'm down to 4 now, and I'm at this fog wall. Try and see into this room over here. It was the room that we were in earlier. You can see through that window, there's that door that we came in. It's that one boss dude, that Asylum demon. And we're basically going to be fighting him. He's not too hard of a boss, so we'll go through here. Now, as you can see, he's below us, so we can do a plunging attack by falling off this ledge and then attacking on him, which does quite a fair bit of damage. Oh god. That was dumb. So I missed the plunging attack, but no big deal. We can still kill him. He's not too hard of a boss. I'm just going to go ahead and dual wield my weapon and then kind of go to town on his butt. It's basic strategy for this guy. Oh gosh. I need to get back and juice up. We're gonna unlock and then run away. I can't believe I missed that. Stupid of me. So yeah, if you're fast enough, you can just evade attacks by rolling away from them. You kind of have a couple invuln frames while you're rolling, so kind of need to take advantage of that. Just kind of chop off his butt. No big deal. If you lose all your stamina, that green bar that I have down there, you kind of get staggered. Like if you have your shield up and you get another hit. And then also, if you have your shield up, you regain stamina slower than if you have it down, so it's generally good to put it away if you're not in danger. And also, dual wielding your weapon deals more damage, so if you're safe and you want to get a fair bit of damage, just dual wield it. Also, this item that I got right here, Humanity, is going to come into play later. That counter to the left over my health bar is your Humanity counter. It goes up when you kill a certain amount of guys, they'll drop a Humanity or so. Or you can use this Humanity item, it's a consumable one, that actually heals you a fair bit. It does a lot of healing, and then also adds one to your Humanity counter, but it's a one-use item. You can pick up quite a few of them through the game, but what was I going to say? Humanity is used for quite a few things. It boosts your item discovery, so the more Humanity you have, I think it caps at 10 Humanity. You can have more than 10 Humanity, but the item discovery caps at 10. You'll find rarer items or find drops more often. And you can also use Humanity to become human again. You reverse your hollowing, which allows you to summon other phantoms into your world and help you fight bosses and such. And also be invaded, so that can be bad. Basically, somebody will try to invade your world and try and kill you before you get to the boss. And then the other thing Humanity does is can kindle a bonfire, which gives you 5 more Estus flasks, but you have to be human to do that. So you need 2 Humanity to basically kindle a bonfire. It's just a couple other things that Humanity does. It's quite useful throughout the game, and you'll be using it a lot. Over here is another sort of NPC kind of character, and oh god, we'll talk to it.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
So you can't really see that, but this is a Sparkly or Hot Girl or whatever you want to call her. You can basically leave items in this little nest right here, and then trade them with her. I don't think you can really see her. All she is like a glowing little dot thing. I don't know. I never really spent much time with her, so whatever. Another cool thing about Dark Souls is all the scenery. From Software did a really good job just making everything picturesque and just looks really awesome. Half the time I'll be like in a fight and I'll just get my face mashed in because I'm standing around looking at stuff. But anyway, there should be another cutscene coming up, so I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Okay, so basically it dropped us off in Firelink Shrine, which is going to be the hub, or I guess the main area for the game. This kind of leads us to wherever we need to go. Let's see. This world is pretty open. You can just pretty much go wherever you want, but there are a few new player traps that I will kind of show off. There's some maintenance stuff I need to do in those areas. Where we're supposed to go is up in this Undead Burg, which I probably won't get to in this video. I'll do that in the next video. And then you can go down, and then over there's another area. But we're going to talk to these NPCs, do some maintenance, and then I guess we can rush to this bonfire real quick. Talk about bonfire a little bit more. So like I said, here's the reverse hollowing. You need humanity to do that. And then once you're human, you can rekindle it and give you more Estus flasks. And then also at bonfires, you can level up. You use your souls that are down in that bottom right corner that you've acquired from killing enemies, and you can use them to level up. But leveling up in this game is honestly not the most important. It shouldn't be a priority. I think I said it before, but it really is about the equipment you have, not about your level. So I'm going to level up anyway, though. I need to get my strength up so I can wield my weapon that I want to use pretty much the rest of this game. And then I put a 1 into dexterity so I can use a bow. So we'll talk to these NPCs real quick, and then we'll go do that.
What do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead.
So now you get kind of what I mean by most of the NPCs are just annoying and dickish and kind of creepy. They all laugh weird, like they're gonna kill me or something. Which they actually do most of the time, try to do. I think there's one more dude up here that I want to talk to. Should be Petrus, and he'll allow us to enter a covenant. There are 9 covenants in the game, and they're pretty much for like PvP or gaining special weapons or spells or whatnot. I think this one is the Way of the White, which is mostly like healing miracles. So it's probably not too useful for me. I'm not really going to use miracles, but we might as well talk to him anyway.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurround. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
I'll show you distance. Distance to the ground from this cliff.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain the distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Oh yeah, thanks for the piece of crap copper coin, buddy. You're not so bad after all.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Sure.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
So
Now,
apparently I already
we
belong.
share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Don't you dare interrupt me again, Petrus. Okay, so apparently I already belong to the Covenant, the Way of the White. Not really going to make a difference, though. He also teaches gesture shrug.
Again, the effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Shut up, Petrus. I really don't care about him. He doesn't sell me anything I need, so pretty much kill him. Let's see, I think down here... Ah! Oh, we're okay. I meant to do that. Down here is kind of a little bit of a new player trap. There's... Ooh. I'm not sure, but I think that bell that you heard was somebody else getting to that bell in their game. and then we're able to hear it from our game, which is really cool. Correct me if I'm wrong though. There's quite a few things that like the online stuff does with this game. You'll see random phantoms of other players going around in their world, and it's just a really cool touch. Shows that they're doing the same trials that you are, and it's pretty neat from software. Good ideas. Let's see, we'll grab all this stuff. That homeward bone that I got, those are pretty useful. It takes you back to the last bonfire you were at. Now here's the area that's kind of a little bit of a trap. These skeleton dudes, you can't really see them right now. They're just a pile of bones, but they will kind of reassemble when you get near them. Are pretty strong. They're fairly late game enemies, like not necessarily the latest game, but you can beat them right now. It's just you can also die a lot. And I spent quite a few hours in my first playthrough trying to fight them. But I'm just going to run past them because there's a weapon that I want way down to the end over there. And I'll probably die, but I don't really care. Oh gosh. Guess we're going. Run, dude, run, Hubbard, run! So, like I said, I'm just going to blow past all these guys. Just get to the weapon. And we should be good. Here it is. The Zweihander. It's just a huge, ultra great sword. Whoa. Just a really strong sword. You see it a lot in PvP with an electric enchantment on it called, I think they like dubbed it the Zaphander, and it's just a really strong sword. Really low skills to like use it, so you can use it fairly early on and then pretty much just use it the whole game, which is basically what I'm going to do. Now, go back to this bonfire because a whole bunch of these dudes are like giving me frame rate issues. Or not. They still follow me. Go away. Yeah. Moonwalk your way back to home. Don't mess with me. I'm Hubbard. What are you gonna do? Okay, there we go. So when you rest at a bonfire, it resets all the enemies and all that good stuff. So that's the first kind of new player trap. Down here, where this guy said that there was another bell, there's kind of another new player trap, and I'm gonna go down there because there's something I want. I just want to show it off. There's some enemies down there that are kind of terrible to fight, and I'm not too excited about this. I'm probably gonna die while I'm down there. Actually, I know for sure I'm gonna die, so I'll show you what can happen. Down here, he was right, there is a bell, but it's not actually in the area we're gonna be going, which is why this is a trap. I've said trap like 3 times in the past 5 sentences. See, there we go. If you saw that guy, that like ghost-looking dude, that was, whoa. That was kind of a phantom of some other dude in his own world. And, I don't know. I lost track of what I was saying. A phantom in their world, and they're doing their thing. It just kind of shows them. Sometimes you'll see them at like bonfires of dudes just sitting around and all that jolly good stuff. So New Londo Ruins is another late game area that most people come down here when they first start and then just get killed, like hardcore. There's enemies over here that are ghosts that can float through walls, and then they can also attack you through your shields, and you're not able to attack them unless you're cursed, have a cursed weapon, which there's only like 3 of in the game, and 2 of them are dropped by the ghosts themselves and are rare drops. And then the last is to be a transient curse, which is that item I just picked up, and you can buff yourself for like 5 minutes and you'll be able to attack these guys. So these guys are, as you can see, pretty much jerks. And there's going to be a few more floating up here, and I'm not excited. I'm just going to blow past them, hopefully. Pick up this Firekeeper soul, and then just jump off a cliff. I don't care. Because I don't want to deal with those guys. They're pretty terrible. I'd rather kill myself than have them kill me. But I did get what I came for. That Firekeeper soul is pretty useful, and I'll show you why in a second when I respawn. Any second now. Any second now. Okay. So, go back down here. And we'll talk to our Firelink Shrine Firekeeper and give her this Firekeeper soul, and she will upgrade our Estus class. It basically just heals us more, which is not too important right now in the early game, but I'd rather have it for once I get into the mid game. I don't have to go down and search for it again. Let's see. So now that you see down in my Estus Flax it says +1, and that's just a pretty good touch. I can heal more now. It's just a good thing to have. I don't necessarily recommend to do it if it's your first playthrough. You might get a little pissed off at those ghosts. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave off right here for this first episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you stay tuned for the rest of it and enjoy.